please.
Okay.
Previously last week, you, the party, the people, the heroes, moved north to Fort Belrulian to collect taxes for Liara when things got a little out of hand. Leopold II was farming rubber and being generally all around evil, and so the party dispatched him, the foul warlock, and returned to the fort and received a charter of exploration. Now, as you all sit in the comfortable furnishings of Fort Belrulian, Liara turns just as you receive your charter and says just one more thing. I have a couple of people that I think might interest you joining your expedition. This is Salida. She is a guide. She knows the jungles here very well, and I believe that she'd be a great asset to you and accompanying you on your journey. Also, I have this individual who might provide a added layer of security. Lair, would you please introduce your character and tell us what the rest of the party sees as you stand up from the table?
You see Orn. They appear to be a human of fair skin and complexion, though they do not possess any hair. And upon looking into their eyes, one can see a soft illuminating glow from behind them. It seems to be the color of violet, though. Not many would be able to tell unless they take a very close look.
These were the individuals I was speaking of. If you would be so kind as to accompany them back through the jungle, I believe they're either on their way back to Port Nyanzaru or deeper within the interior.
Greetings, you fascinating individual. I must say your eyes are very breathtaking. You are approached by a pale-skinned tiefling with lavender-colored eyes who has a mage hand holding a similarly lavender-colored, the name just slipped my mind. The umbrella thing.
Parasol.
Parasol, thank you. Holding a book.
Greetings. It's nice to know that my eyes at least see some notice these days. Normally when people notice my eyes, they tend to be a little terrified.
Yes, well, my horns scare some people as well.
Well, then I'm sure we'll get along quite swimmingly.
Indeed.
I hope you
I am
mean that
Shadows.
You may call me Orn. I sadly have no last name, but... So, please, refer to me as that.
Well, it's nice to see your faces. You stand in front of you an MST Dragonborn artificer. You see that he has like a good set of armor that is on him, and you see that he's actually having like a belt of many things. You might know that he is a merchant since he has like his backpack and all this to fill up his inventory with some kind of potion, and you know that he's been crafting it since a long time. Stands before you and wants to shake your hand.
Of course I'd shake his hand.
You see a firm grip that you can feel as he's very pleased to see you, and he seems very joyful in first look.
Oh my, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It is so nice to see others take my appearance as a sign of joy rather than derision and fear.
Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Well, it's not like we have some have some companions that have been falling down lately. It's nice to have someone we could count off if we get in trouble.
Well, you can count me as one of them. I'm always happy to assist those who are my allies.
Hmm. Indeed, in this very high temperature, I would suggest that you might find yourself an umbrella.
Hmm. Normally, I save an umbrella for when the weather turns a bit gray, but what a novel idea. Perhaps I will give it a try at a time.
I figure won't need it.
A parasol is a very good addition to protect you from the sun.
Mhm.
And of course, it's mighty fine to meet you as well. Sedina, was it?
Or
Salida, yes.
Syndra?
Salida.
So
Actually.
there are two different S names now, so you're gonna have to keep them straight. The person you're
Yep.
being introduced to is a young woman. She appears to be humanoid, and as she steps forward, she offers her hand. Well, if we're quite done with the introductions, I'd like to get a move on. Weather's changing, and if we could get back to Port Nyanzaru before it hits, that would be ideal.
I'm just not hoping that this motherfucking dragon turtle is at least going to suck up the gold that we given to him.
We'll be
bitch.
staying on land, so we won't have to worry about Aramang. Very foolish of you to be traveling so brazenly with treasure out on the open ocean.
Is that the girl that I s- that I gave her the ascending stone?
So the Ascending Stone you gave to Syndra, which is the other S name. Syndra was the individual that initially chartered your exploration into Chult to try and find the source of the death curse and end it for the good of all the Forgotten Realms.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like a wizard. She's like a magic person. And she teleported your party originally to Port Nyanzaru, and you made your way north up to Fort Belrulian, where you currently are residing. This individual is a person that you have not met before. She is outfitted in explorer's garb. You see the revealing leather to cut down on heat and offers some kind of protection, but she carries the gear that you would expect from an adventurer, and overall just has an air of competence about her.
She also wearing Park Ranger shorts.
Super short shorts, but not like,
Nice.
yes, not that nice, but also that, yes.
How many gold did we had together for stealing the treasure?
Oh, that's a good question. You that's right. You found
I think
treasure
Brock has
and
it.
Yeah, Brock has it, but I don't think he split, right?
I
No.
believe he
Yes.
surreptitiously hid that away from from Liara. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I think we were like trying to say to her that there was no treasure and we found the ascending stone.
And
And
then
also,
apparently burned away in magical fire.
yeah,
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
my fault on the alchemist fire. By the way, was that a necromancy artifact that we found in this chest? The soulmonger, the artifact that we're supposed to seek.
No,
It's a
there was
temple.
no soulmonger and there was no necromantic artifact within the chest.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure because I put it into my note. All right.
Shall we? I would really appreciate trying to duck some of this weather. We should get moving.
Where are we headed?
We're heading back to Port Nyanzaru,
Nyanzaru. Okay.
but we're taking by land this time.
Why do we have to go there?
Well, that's
Because
entirely up to you.
It's heading off point.
Port Nyanzaru may offer some resources that you might find useful. There you will be able to charter a canoe to head up one of the two rivers. I would point to the map, but unfortunately Jellybean has that, so you are going to have to take my word for it. You can either rise up the river Shoshenstar or the river Tierki. Both of those are navigable by boat, and canoes are available in Port Nyanzaru if you'd like to utilize them. Otherwise, we could head directly into the jungle from here if you're so brave.
Do you have rumors which path is the safest?
No path in Chult is safe, Teradus. It is only a matter of how you would like to travel. Canoe offers you some more mobility. It'd be more or less twice as efficient and quick to move up either of those rivers.
Where do we need to go? Well, I know we're supposed to go to Port Nyanzaru to get a canoe. But, what is our main destination?
I am simply a guide. I cannot tell you where your destination is. That is your business. I am just here to offer you my services to try and get you where you like to go.
Also, Zerdos, Grok has an individual that we could see for having another treasure. Should we wait on Grok, or you want to do that?
What do you mean?
You remember Grok has meaning like a dinosaur, and they told him that if like we can do treasure and we do it like we get 60% and they get 40.
Oh, that's right.
Should we do that when Grok is back? So at least it's kind of his quest because of it.
Yeah,
All right.
probably.
But the fact that we're going down the river is that we're not going to go back. That's the thing. We're gonna be too far, I think.
We have to come back eventually.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, there. It's things that happened before before you came. So just trying to
No, it's fine.
see if we do that first or we go to the river. Well, yeah, let's go to the river then.
Stepping outside of the fort, you guys make your way past the gate. Shuts heavily behind you, and you make your way from the safety of Fort Belrulian back into the jungles of Chult. So, we have a couple of
What?
options here. You
Seven
now have
hexes?
I'm sorry?
It's 7 hexes to get back to Port Nyanzaru, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
And
That is 9. Wait, is it exact? What the fuck?
No, it's not.
Okay. 1.
The hex
2,
grid is not set up.
4, 5, 6. 6 if we cross the river, I mean 7. So that
No.
makes sense.
so, depending on if you roll high and you go immediately directly there, you could make it in as little as 6 hexes. However, I will need you all to decide who is helming this survival check. You now have a guide, so that is an option. You can go ahead and allow her to show you the way back to Port Nyanzaru, or you could go ahead and try and navigate yourself with a bonus.
I believe it's probably smarter to have the guide guide us.
Yes, and
Yeah.
don't worry about any rivers. I do have something for that.
Oh, well, what are you planning for?
Well, if the river becomes too much, I will have to be very, very careful, but I believe a bit of a cast of shape water, perhaps freezing the river a little, should make traversing it much easier.
Very intelligent. I wasn't thinking about that. Very clever.
Making your way
Alright,
down the path to the ocean, you start navigating for the day towards this wonderful and well-traveled path between Fort Belrulian and Port Nyanzaru. The guide. Well, they they're supposed to know the way pretty well, and there's like a path, but she seems to be in a bit of a hurry, and she just still a little bit of gung ho. She rolled real bad.
Okay, I think you don't know where it is, so I'm gonna.
Shut up! I know where I'm going.
Are you sure? You seems to be lost.
I'm not pulling over and asking for directions. I know exactly where we are.
All right. He casts guidance on her, even though she doesn't want to be touched.
Okay, that might actually save it.
Okay. You can roll an extra d4.
Yeah, that actually pushes it over the top. So,
All right.
she like steps off the path and she thinks better of it. Actually, you're right. This way. That's going to bring us to the end of day 1.
Well, wait. Wait. How come in joke? I need 2 gallon, right? 2 gallon of water, you said?
Everyone needs 2 gallons.
Okay, I'm gonna keep a 2 gallon into a. Gonna make a bottle with some sand, fire, with finger tools or glass blower. Wait, do I have glass blower? Give me a sec. Wait, do I have? Can I make it?
Not quite
Yeah,
enough of
I
right
can
tools for the
make a
job.
toll if I take 1 hour. So I'm going to. Can I roll for glass blower tools to make some flask of 2 gallons?
Hmm.
A 2-gallon jug, huh?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead and make a survival check. Since you're out in the middle of the jungle, and glass, I think you need to heat to... I think it's a few thousand degrees. I think it's like 3,000 or 4,000 degrees, too. So you go ahead and build a makeshift furnace, get a crucible,
Alright.
start making some glass.
All right, and I can have my proficiency with it. All right, and let me cast a d4.
Do we each need
Ooh,
a 2
that's a
gallon?
21. That's a 21 in total.
So, Orem,
Yes.
you feel very thirsty. As you've been traveling through the jungle all day, you do not have a lovely parasol, which immediately strikes you as like a wonderful piece of survival equipment now, and classy. You are offered
Oh.
2 gallons of water by Teradus, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I will have a drink. Oh,
Yeah, you feel yourself rejuvenated if you do not have...
Actually, what I was going to do is I was going to use shape water and actually make a parasol from the water.
So you do get additional protection from the heat. The sun, when it's poking through the clouds, does not burn you. And you have a lovely reservoir of water just kind of hovering above you all day, also protecting you from the rain, the occasional downpours. Yes, you, as long as you have your supply of water, you have a parasol, and you also have... You do not need to make a constitution check every day to see whether or not you get exhausted.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, that's what all this will do for today. And I put some water from the alchemy jug that is fresh water. So, Zerdos, you get fresh water. There it is, get fresh water, and there gets fresh water. And also, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put my flask of 2 gallons and put in the rest of the 2 gallons left into that bottle. How does that sound?
Sounds good. You go ahead and make a flask, put some water in the flask.
It will be my last resource that I can put from the alchemy jug for the day. We need to roll for anything else.
I'm rolling for other stuff.
All right.
So, you travel through the day, and at night, when the sun starts going down, Do you all continue to push on towards Port Nyanzaru, or do you camp out for the night?
Probably camp.
I think we can rest and take a long rest, I guess.
All right. You guys set up camp and going to sleep. Start to drift off, and the sounds of the jungle overwhelm and take over. And the jungle during the day, there's quite a bit of life, but at night it explodes with sound.
I don't think we want to be discreet, so we don't want any trouble. I'll try to keep it low, I guess.
Probably no fires. It'll draw bugs.
Oh, I can make other. Do I have any resources though? Give me a sec.
Is the sun starting to go down?
So you look up, and there's just these continual rolling puffy clouds, and it goes from like this pretty bright green gray just to all of a sudden it's dark now.
I can probably use shape earth to create a hut. Nothing major, but just like something small. Would that be possible?
You go ahead and put about, and before everyone starts
Mold
putting
earth.
down their bedding, yeah, you mold the earth and you create. It's not like a luxury hotel, but it does offer some more security. Like, you are not able to be seen, just obviously in the middle of this small clearing. So you're able to give yourself a little bit of cover.
Most efficacious.
Oh, yeah, it's raining.
And just as the hut goes up, there is this steady rain that starts to come down. So you're all very grateful to duck inside of the newly created hut.
Nice. All right.
And you pass the night, nothing happens. No nocturnal visitors. You wake the next day, and already outside, inside of the rain, is Salida. She is kind of waiting for the rest of you to get up impatiently.
One moment. I'm gonna check Brock for the disgusting things in his throat.
Yeah, you look at Grok, and most of his mouth, like you open his mouth, and inside of the gums, all the way down his throat, there's just a riddling Cthulhu-like mass of tentacles.
God. It just keeps getting worse.
What get worse? What wrong?
The leeches.
Also, Grok feel like he has Lugian throat that he can't get out. Hey, yeah, you start moving
Yeah,
back.
I have lesser restoration. Can that cure
That's a good question.
one disease or one condition afflicting it?
Let me look
Please
at throat
be gone,
leeches.
leeches.
Throat
Yeah, that's okay.
leeches.
That is a disease, though.
Are parasites a disease? I mean, I don't like to call dehumanized leeches like that, personally.
It's what, a curse? An infection?
Parasites? I think it's an infection. Maybe? I'm not sure what happens, what the terminology is when you get parasites is. An infestation?
Yeah,
I think
an
it is. I think it is an infection. I think it is considered an infection.
Yeah.
The successful save throw reduces the infected creature. Okay, so it is considered to be a disease. Recovers from the disease. So if you cast lesser restoration, it will cure Grok's throat leeches.
Yay.
Let's
Throat
go.
leeches?
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he eats something in the tavern and he got leeches. Don't ever eat something in the tavern. It will get you like
It
things.
wasn't in the tavern. I think it was just the random water that you drank.
Ah.
So you cast
Getting
Lesser Restoration, and he just doubles over onto his knees. And it's just a stream of black wiggling vomit that comes out of him for a few minutes. But he's cured.
And yeah, okay.
If you're all quite finished, let's get on the move, shall we? Solita starts marching forward once again.
guidance.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
roll
that's-
that d4 this time. She's rolling so bad.
Oh, okay, she's rolling that one.
Almost.
a 2. Whoopsie.
Wow, where are my d4s? They are so gone.
The fuck happened with your mic?
He's far away,
Okay.
looking for his D4s.
I hope you get a 4. Because I know the survival bonus from that.
Lunch.
Jeez, okay, I found a d4. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Wow, that... Yeah, as soon as you reach out, she's like, don't touch me. And then the guidance actually pushes it over the top again. All right, it's this way.
My god. I'm saving that guide for being too fucking bad.
She is rolling real bad.
Alright.
No
Are you-
encounter?
No encounter? Let's go.
So
I
the
fear for our
morning-
guide.
I know where I'm going. I don't need your help, Teradus, and I'll thank you to keep your hands to yourself. And it's about this time, about mid-morning, getting almost to noontime. You guys hear a shh, 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 a little rustling in the bushes.
Oh, we're down.
Shh, shh.
Yourself.
Hear a twig snap in the distance.
Okay, Twingo. You can come out now.
No response.
Okay. Well, thankfully, I have one free use of Detect Thoughts. As a spell, as an action, you focus your mind on any one. Oh, I guess we can't see the creature, so never mind. I guess.
You reach out with your mind, and just for a split second, you see something rustle in the bushes, and you pinpoint it, and you make contact, and each of your minds feel each other. You feel these thoughts. Possibilities. Unlimited possibilities, my God. The discoveries. The sheer amounts of scientific advancement we could make. We have to have him. We cannot allow we must draft him into our vote.
What did I just find?
Stepping out of the foliage, you see a wispy academic, long flowing robes, kind of like these folds of lavender, purplish red and red embroidery. All these stitching is quite ornate. He steps out of the jungle completely out of place and starts making their way directly towards Zerdos.
hello
Everybody's
there.
He casts create bonfire in front of him, so he stops.
We don't have time for this. What are you doing? Okay, he's just starting to step around the bonfire. Zerdos, we need your help.
Who needs my help?
The society. And he starts reaching out towards you, Zerdos.
Which society?
The Society of Academia. No time to explain. Come with me.
I'm gonna check his person for any symbols I might recognize.
There are all sorts of ornate. It's just all sorts of symbolic. You're seeing like arcane imagery that you would recognize, but also just more like ornate. Like there's clearly no. There's no like purpose. There's no like magical influence to this stuff. It's just like, oh no, this is just this is for looks. This is all just for show.
Does he have any, like does he have like a guild seal or something like that anywhere?
That is among the many seals that he has. You do like, but it's buried. There's so many seals on it. It almost looks like a general that has, like a fake general that has given themselves all sorts of stuffy medals. And at this point, he's like, you're going to have to dodge because he's already reaching out and he's about to touch your belt.
My belt?
If you're wearing a belt.
Oh, yeah.
Waist
I hold
area.
up my camp counselor trousers somehow.
Oh no, not the Boy Scouts.
That would be embarrassing. So of course I have a belt.
Yep. And he reaches out and he touches your belt. And as he does so, you see this vine come down out of the sky, whoosh, wrap around your waist, entwining your belt, and he does the same thing to all three of you.
Oh, okay. Dexterity.
If you would like to dodge, you can make a dexterity save.
All right.
I will make a dexterity.
I will attempt.
That's a 4.
Ooh.
8.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, /R, right?
/R space, then roll 1d20.
And then I add my dex, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That went wrong. $17.
17?
Yep.
It's not bad. And so he's going to touch himself, and you see the same vine creep down from the sky, and he's starting to like run around, chasing you specifically, Orm. The other two of your companions, you see them just each one of them, they get flattened as these vines start reeling them up into the sky. You just watch as their arms get pulled behind them and just start flapping behind them as they're hauled up into the sky. I need you to make a second dexterity saving throw. As this old man is like chasing you around, and it's kind of inappropriate because he's also got short shorts on, and it's this older gentleman in short shorts chasing you around in the jungle now.
That's a 20.
That's a critical fail.
Yeah, you trip over a rock, and he jumps on top of you, and then as the last vine comes down, each of you are hauled up into the sky. You each feel the wind just flapping by you as this extreme speeds just make your eyes water, and up into the towering cumulus clouds, you breach into a blinding white atop these puffball clouds as you travel thousands of miles in mere seconds. And as this moment of, like, you're floating for a second as these vines continue to just pop and reel you up towards this huge golden city. These lights of golden rays crown like a corona this flying city of an enormous green leaves. Vines dangle into the clouds, pumping water that rise up to flow these rivers off the sides of this shimmering rainbow mist. These huge gold and red brass buildings poke through these clouds that drift through the city. You all are being pulled up into the city, and as you get yanked through this foliage that makes up the bottom of this flying city, you are unceremoniously dumped onto these huge golden roads that twist through this sky city.
Did he cast transport via plants by any means?
I'll have you know that secrets of getting to the brass city are secret. You're not allowed to know them. Now, there it is. Come with me. We don't have much time. Well, actually, we have plenty of time, but I'd like to pretend that we're in a hurry.
I'm sorry, did you say the Brass City?
Well, not that brass city. That's on the fire plate. But we like to brand ourselves as a very important place.
Well, you've gone through all this trouble to get me here, so I may as well at least entertain the idea of what you want.
It's very important. Well, it's important to me. So, you're all shooed by this older gentleman up into one of these large golden towers, on top of which sits these huge telescopes. And as you pass through the city, you're walking underneath these crystal domes that point up into the sky. And the first thing you notice is that as you're kind of in one of these open areas, there are hundreds of planets above you. You, from the lower part of Chult, when you look up into the sky, you see clouds. And when there are these openings, when there's openings in the clouds, you can see the sky, and you usually see the moon or the other moon, but you're usually not able to see the planets. And while you're all recently aware that there have been a little bit of a celestial shift recently, you weren't quite aware of just how many planets had just flooded the sky. There's hundreds, maybe thousands of them, and they all seem to be in these perfectly synchronous orbits, just dancing around each other up there. And as you're shooed up into one of these towers, you see this enormous articulating telescope above you. And it's continuously rotating and magnifying in and out, focusing on different parts of these celestial bodies. And he grabs both of your shoulders, Erdos, and then leads you to this chair, and then sitting you down kind of roughly, he brings the telescope, the eyeglass, to your eyes, and then goes about shifting these different knobs and levers, and then you hear these click, 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 as these different celestial bodies come into focus as you look through the telescope.
These are Zeros, these are other planets with civilizations on them. There's so many alien races that need to be cataloged, need to be made contact with, and we need to make sure that they're not hostile. We need to make sure who our allies are, who are friendly. I'm getting ahead of myself. I am from the Academia of Exploration, Zeros, and we're making a convoy, an expedition, a emissary, a diplomatic team to head out to these different planets and establish contact and make a federation of planets. And we need you. You've got the stuff, and we've been looking for. You've got the right stuff. We need your help, Zerdos.
So you're telling me, not only are we the only life forms in existence, though that was known from the other planes, but other planets with life forms that need to be documented for the first time.
That's quite the case, and I'm led to believe that it's mission critical that we get underway as soon as possible. we're not sure which one of these civilizations are entirely civil, if you understand my meaning. We gotta
Say
make
no
sure.
more. I'm in.
I kind of thought I'd have to do a little more convincing here. It's important, and I'd
Yes.
say
It is important to the land of anthropology that we study and make peace with these people.
all right, but this is a lot easier than the last time I did this. They were quite incredulous. They thought this was all a big hoax that I was pulling off, some kind of illusionary but well, happy to have you aboard, Zerdo, so thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
But you came highly recommended.
By whom, might I ask?
Well, obviously, the Cobalt Soul has all came. We've been delving through their ranks and trying to bring anyone else that had a appropriate background, but also your reputation as the top student at Strixhaven was also a prime factor of leading you here, and now I'm going to go ahead and get your friends back to where they were. Make sure that obviously the business here and resolving the death curse still needs to be done, but some matters are more pressing, you understand?
Of course, of course. Give me one moment. And then
No,
I'll walk up
that's
to Paradis. This was given to me by an ally of ours that perished. He wishes it to be returned home. If I am going to be leaving our planet, I will not be able to. So if you could return it after you're done using it, that would be most helpful. I'm going to give you the immovable rod that was given by the dwarf.
Nice.
You're
Pterodactyl.
giving that to a chaotic person. Okay.
You're more intelligent than Grok, and unfortunately, Zerdos doesn't know Orn very well.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna put it into a good utility, I guess.
It was good to know you, and good to meet you, Orn.
Likewise. Though you
Okay.
will be-
Seems I have been called to a greater purpose.
You changing character? Out of character?
Yes.
Okay. He's like, well, as long as I get down there, I should be fine.
Well, very good. I'm glad you all can make your goodbyes, each one of you. I want you to know that we'll be very happy to have your help once you're done ending the death curse, of course. So each one of you take one of these.
And he hands each one of you a seed. You see that the seed, it's like the size of an avocado seed. It's completely engraved with these tiny sigils and runes. And as he hands each one of you the seed, the floor opens up underneath you. There's perfectly cylindrical holes, and you just get shunted all the way back down through the air, and you're in free fall. You're falling through the sky.
You just see Taurus like, huh?
Good luck on your mission!
Like that. You just see like not happy at all. You're like, ah.
So Orm, Teradus, as you're all in free fall, you see the green coming at you very quickly, and the outline of the coast, the blue and the green, they start to have a lot more detail all of a sudden, and then you're like looking around like, oh crap. And then in the last 500 feet, as you're like, oh man, this is going to be bad, I'm going to splat, you feel this tug as one of the vines reaches down from the city, the cloud layer above you, and slowly, like a elongated spring, drifts down, and you're just hear this tension boop, 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 drip and drop you all the way back down to till you land heavily on the ground, and Salida jumps and turns towards you. Where the fuck have you been? What the fuck was that? Who is that old man?
My butt.
Don't know. Really don't
I
know.
really don't know. It seems that Gyarados has in duty to fulfill and give me this immovable rod that I have to give to a certain person.
It would have a note attached to it, like
What is the
just
note?
from Zerados's own markings. It says to need to find it in my own notes. Return to dwarves in the mountains once journey is done. Mountains near Baldur's Gate.
What part of mountain do you?
There's a dwarven city in the mountains near Baldur's Gate. That is all the information I was given, so that is all the information I have to give.
Oh crap!
Okay, okay.
Realizing this wasn't as detailed as I might like.
Okay, so there's no name, just a dwarf in the mountain, and that's it.
Yep, a dwarven family.
Okay.
So Salida, quite perturbed, turns back to this dwarven-looking fellow. All right, dwarf, these are the companions I was discussing earlier. This is Teradus the Great, this dragonborn fellow here, and Orm. This is a humanoid individual. Yes, this man right here. Wait, man? Orm, you a man? Woman?
You wouldn't be able to tell, to be honest, but I mean, they do carry masculine features, but they're more on the side of androgynous.
This here's Orm.
Just born.
Well, it seems that in the span of a week, I made 2 new people to get to get on to. This is going to be a fucked up week.
So Orm, if you, excuse me, sorry. So Dwar, would you like to introduce your character? I mentioned that they're dwarf. What else do they see as they look at, as this individual that Salida is introducing them to?
Dwar is a roughly 4.5 foot tall, stocky dwarf wearing chainmail that has been altered in a way to look dark silver, and then it has circles across the front, a red cape, and he has like this wild, like crazy white blonde hair that sticks past him, bright blue eyes, and a hammer that he's almost constantly holding in one hand that has like dwarven runes written across the side of it.
Is the immovable run? Is that is that something that Darius has to give you?
No. It's a different dwarf family. That was from a character that was only able to make it for one session.
You see you and says, well, I think it's belongs to you. And he fucking gives you the immovable rod.
Well, I cannot say it is mine, but I will take it.
A gift from your friend Zerdos.
I do not know who that is, but give them my thanks.
They said put it to a mountain dwarf. And you're one. So here's that.
Well, actually, I'm a hill dwarf.
Oh my god, Teradus, that's so rude. You think all dwarves are the same?
Yeah? You have a problem with that?
Racist!
What do you mean racist? It's just like they're all dwarf. That's it.
I am not
Disgusting.
just a dwarf, I am the god of thunder.
Oh, a giant we have.
What?
No, you just say random, not random things, but you believe that like because you say you comes from thunder and you have a hammer with dwarf, he thinks that you're a giant.
Right, so I was speaking with Dwar, and I thought that it'd be very handy, and she's winking heavily back at you, Orm and Teradus, that having a god of thunder with us would be very advantageous to face the dangers of Chult. So went ahead and invited them to our party. I think it'd be a good idea for us to all agree that they're the god of thunder, right? Because it's true.
Sure.
Exactly. Right.
Good.
Not
Let
the
us
craziest
move on
thing
then.
I've said or done.
Wonderful. Follow me this way. She starts, wow, that's much better roll. Knows exactly where to head. Starts leading you directly towards Port Nyanzaru.
It was quite the tumble. Are either of you injured?
Ah,
Should be
I don't know.
fine.
My butt hurt.
Did they actually take any damage?
No, just, just, he just said like he got
Just
sat
our
on the
pride.
ground.
Hmm,
Just the pride. Landing heavily right in the pride.
I see.
So you all travel throughout the day, and somehow, Salida, knowing the path well and keeping you away from any problematic areas, guides you away from any potential encounters. And once again, you find yourselves at night, tucking in. Orem, would you once again make a hut for the evening?
Sure, it's a cantrip, so.
Raising up the mud walls, you guys are all afforded some protection from the elements and start to pass the night.
Can I make another glass? Sorry. Can I make another flask of 2 gallons?
A second flask, go ahead and roll me another survival check.
That's a natural 20.
Wow. So not only
I
are
make
you able to
two?
make a glass, you're able to add a little bit of filigree. You're able to get like a cool twist to the glass. So it looks like a fancy jug.
All right. So I have two. I have 2 flasks of well, layer. You get 2 gallons. Is there? Can you change your name so I don't pronounce Zerd?
Yep, I will do that.
Yeah. Grun gets 2 gallons, and I got 2 gallons, and have an extra one.
So the night passes. It's a little bit warmer, maybe bordering on the edge of stuffy, but with the furnace going and the glass crafting going, you all pass a very uneventful evening. And as the sun comes up once again, Salida, again, is waiting impatiently outside, trying to get the move on for the final day of travel.
Dwar also gets up early and does some like basic exercises and some stretches.
Like to stay fit, do you, Dwar?
It is good to stay limber, keep muscles fresh for anything that could come.
What are you expecting to come,
Whatever. This is a jungle. There could be many beasties to fight, and it'll be fun.
Oh, so you enjoy fighting the denizens of the jungle? Let me tell you something, Dwar. This isn't fun. This isn't a game.
You strike me as very serious. You need to limber up. Lighten up. Have a good time.
Well, maybe show me some of your stretches. I know I've been feeling a lot of tension lately.
Here, let me help. Show her
So?
how to do some stretches.
As the morning blues into the rising sun, it's a surprisingly clear day, and you see these rays of sunshine coming through the foliage, and each of you awake to both Dwar and Salida doing these series of shavasanas and yoga poses. Start
A little bit of Tai
making-
Chi.
A little bit of Tai Chi, just really in the zen, total flow. And as you all prepare and get your packs on and start trekking into the jungle for the day, most of the day passes, and as the evening stretches on and the night is about to fall on top of you, you see the familiar walls of Port Nyanzaru rising up in front of you. The outskirts of the city, the poorer parts of town, stretch out as the hustle and bustle of town folds out before you reach the large walls that surround Port Nyanzaru. You make your way within. So you find yourselves back within the city, the flowing rain catchers spilling out through the fountains of the entire town. You see, once again, these colorful robes and just the entire city, a riot of festivities. You see these huge plants all flowering in just the glory of the jungle. The city is yours. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to sell my Scalman into an armory shop.
All right, Teradus is making his way over to the armor. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to accomplish while they're in town?
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna go to the tavern.
Some drinking that needs to be done. That's very, that's in character. Like that.
Yep.
The dwarf,
Dwarf?
will drink ale.
Yep,
What a classic.
they do that. Yeah, they sure do that.
Oh, I am going to go to I'm going to go to the tavern to record everything that I've seen and everything that I've witnessed.
So as Dwar takes his mighty ale intake, Orem, you sit there as well, and more of an academic journaling. You detail everything that you've seen, the brass city of the sky, and as well as meeting up with Liara at Fort Belrulian.
Quite an interesting adventure so far. I'm glad I was able to assist. I'm curious what other surprises this adventure has to offer.
I am also looking forward to it. It's a good change of pace from home.
Oh, trust me, I can understand that more than you would more than you'll ever know. I wish to learn all that there is to know. The only issue I have is there's only so many years in a life.
Perhaps for a mortal.
Perhaps. But from my research, even gods have been known to die from time to time.
This is true.
Though, I hope to continue to record more. I seek to add my knowledge to the great Requiem, to the great Compendium.
Just gonna kind of like, yep, and just nodding, just not entirely paying attention, just drinking.
And what do you stand to find on this wondrous adventure of ours?
Just that adventure. I came seeking fun. I heard this was the place to do it. Also, maybe help out the mortals with this death curse thing.
Yes, I've been trying to do some research into that, but I haven't turned anything up in preliminary studies, so I'm hoping that this might... It's fascinating to say the least, and so I am very much hoping that a more in-depth view on this death curse versus a outsider's perspective will be quite enlightening.
As the camera pans away from the tavern, we're going to go over to Teradus at the armor, and you come into the shop. Tink, tink, tink. Oh, wait, I have a thing for this.
Bing, bing, bing. Ooh.
Fancy.
Yes, sir. How can I help you? Welcome to Armin's Armory.
Well, I do have some finest armor that I can show you. Maybe you can tell me your price afterward.
Let me see it. Let me give it a look.
He gives the scale mail.
Hmm. 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 Not bad construction right here. I like the way these links were made. True craftsmanship. Hmm. Tell you what, out here, fetch a fine price. I'll give you 5 gold for it.
It's worth 50. I don't know why you're telling me it's 5.
50? My God. Try to put me out of business. Look, I have to put some kind of markup on this, but 10 times?
Is it in perfect condition or it's like it's corroded a little bit?
Rain's corroded a little bit. You can see some parts of it are starting to green a bit, but nothing that's something like a little buffing can't get out. It's going to take a little bit of labor to get it back up to perfect, but it's cosmetic purely.
Wait. What if I give you a spare for at least to make it? Oh, I'll get you some medals at least. What do you think?
Well, you're sweetening the pot. I like what I'm hearing, but I couldn't possibly do better than 6 gold.
This city is renowned for being wealthy about their prices or not?
You asking me or are you asking this guy?
This guy.
Well, I like to think that we're reasonably priced, but we're quite a ways from any other city, so not to say that we're the only game in town, but you know what I mean.
Taurus is gonna ask how much he sells for, like, let's say a breastplate.
Well, breastplate, full armor. Say I'd probably sell that 25, 30 gold pieces.
Brother, worth 500. Okay, this one has been poorly designed. If you give me 10, I'll be happy.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I should put that more in fucking persuasion. That's a nat 1.
Well, I'm really sorry. You have to understand, I'm gonna have to get the pig oil and get the grease on it in there. It's gonna take an entire afternoon. I really can't do better than 6 gold.
Alright, just 6 gold.
Takes the chainmail from you with a big old grin under his mustache and hands you 6 gold.
Well, is there anything else I can help you out with today?
I retrieve the spare and have 6 gold. There's something. He says, nah. Give me a second. I need to check something. Okay. He's going to give his breastplate that he has on him.
Oh, another fine specimen. Like me to tune this up?
You said 25, right?
Yeah, that's what I sell it for. Sure.
It is in perfect condition.
Well, I mean, it very well may be, but I'm gonna have to clean it. I'm gonna have to get the soap and water out, get the disgusting dragonborn smell out. Look, 15 gold.
20.
Persuasion check.
That's the 11.
11.
Yeah. Can you beat that?
Look, and you see his eyebrows get even more bushy, and as they furrow,
I'm really sorry. 15 is as high as I can go.
Alright, 15.
all right. And his grin under his mustache is just getting wider and wider.
Inside check.
Dude, you okay? Go ahead and roll an inside check. Damn, this guy's rolling high.
Damn. 12.
12? Yeah, you see that he's just happy to be doing business.
You see the artist, like, having a smile on his face as you leave.
Hmm?
Alright.
All right.
Alright.
All
So he's
right.
gonna alright, he's going to step up. And
Uh-oh.
where does he put the breastplate?
Keep an eye on him. And this part of the market, you've gone to the Grand Souk. This is, for the most part, a open-air market. There are different, like, tents and shrouds and shades that keep the different partitions between the establishments and protect everything from the rain. But it is open because of the extremely sweltering heat. So you are able to see, like, he goes to the back office and he puts the breastplate down on kind of this like expanding workbench that he has all these different projects in the mid part, like halfway completed, and then steps back to the front of the store.
Alright. As soon as he leave, he's gonna go on the street and redo a breastplate cast off. And for the most part, them you will not like me. The breastplate that he gave him vanish.
What? How did you do this?
Confusion.
What's this?
So I can craft an item, and if I craft the same item, the other disappear. So the breastplate disappear. Whoops.
So you crafting another breastplate,
Yep.
and the other breastplate disappears?
I think that's how it works. If I'm not wrong.
I believe it just removes the enchantment from the previous item. It doesn't make a new version.
I can, yeah.
Because I had another party member do this. They had turned a bag into a bag of holding. And then they swapped it to a different item. And bad things happened.
Yep, that sounds like something that would encourage bad things.
Yeah, well, it was bad because they had put the Book of Wild Darkness in the bag of holding. And when it was no longer a bag of holding, yeah.
Oh, God.
So yeah, it vanished. I craft another breastplate.
So you go through Port Nanzaro and you find a forge, and working through the majority of the afternoon, you are able to craft another breastplate. And somewhere in
I can craft it like on the street. I can literally like give myself an hour and have like a a smith tools for myself.
Right, and finding an appropriate workstation, you craft the breastplate, and somewhere throughout the city, somewhere far away, you hear, "Hey, what the fuck?" We're going
You
to
see
take a 5-minute
Taoist?
break.
Huh?
And we're going to take a 5-minute break.
All right. I'll do something else after that. He tries to scam me, so I scam him. There you go.
I mean, was he just doing business? Was he scamming?
Bruh, the breastplate is worth 500 gold. Come on, man.
All right, that is quite a distinction between the two. You're probably right.
Come on, man. You cannot deny this. You can literally look at the PB PB for fuck's sake PHB, and you can tell how much they cost.
What page?
500 gold. Come on. See a grim face? Yeah. Surely Taradis does the grim face as well. Oh god.
I'm just sad I couldn't do more to help.
That's fine. It is Taradis meaning of solving problems, and he is not ashamed to do that, and basically will pretty much get us in trouble in some way. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Very chaotic good of you.
Thank you. He scam people, but at least it's for the party, you know.
I mean, you scammed a scammer. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Oh yeah, look, 500 gold for a breastplate, and it gives me 25. Brother, it's like not even it's 2.5% of it. No, it's uh, is it 2.5? No, it's like yeah, it's like not even 20%.
I don't know. All I know is that I have a friendly face. I got some tricks in my back pocket.
Listen, if we were like in a city all
Awesome.
around, I would have played a different character. But Tardis, you have to understand that he wants money for so he can build his own shop and sell his product because he wants to be a brewer guy.
Okay.
And
My king.
and
Born's, they're just a scholar.
you are a scholar.
They're a scholar. They seek to learn as much as they can. They're not, how do I put this? They're not from around here. They look human, but it's honestly just a disguise.
You're not from
You
around here, are you?
I'll say this: if they were any sites type in a path, if they were some, I'm referencing Pathfinder in this, but they would technically be a native outsider. And with psionic abilities.
Interesting.
But mostly what they're mostly just here to study versus actually destroy anything. They aren't gonna try to turn on the party just in the pursuit of knowledge. Like they're a casual explorer. They kind of have, as far as like their life goes, they have everything taken care of that they need. but like they're here for fun, to learn as much as they can and accumulate knowledge and add it to vast libraries that exist perhaps in this plane, perhaps in others.
And
Yeah.
so, like, Dor, also here for fun. Just
Me,
different kind of fun.
Me, I'm a lore-hold student, which I graduated, but his parents wanted to be there because he wanted to learn paint and be like a blacksmith, but I think he was more like, oh yeah, I want to be an artificer instead, and making like potions out of it to make like some flask of certain product and give it to people, and possibly maybe doing some black market things.
Well, I'm sure getting involved in the black market and stealing from blacksmiths will have no consequences. But it sounds like
Yeah.
everyone's back, so we're gonna go ahead and
Can I?
Dor is pretty simple.
Democracy will never be defeated. Democracy is non-negotiable. Primary directive. War.
I forgot to refill my water. Do I have time to go do that real quick, DM?
yeah, go get some water. Gonna do a little thing here.
All right.
The grid. All human knowledge at your fingertips. Reach out and grasp your destiny. For it is written in the stars that you and I will rise up to defeat the viruses that threaten to consume us all, and usher in an age of enlightened abundance that will lift us up into unknown heights of glory.
Or you will be eradicated.
Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts. And know we have already won. This is simply our victory lap.
All right, let's get serious. Wait, that's not right.
That is the wrong song.
So, you all come back into the city.
Yep. Can I do something else?
Oh, you got another blacksmith you got to scam?
No. Might be going to buy some plants actually.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome back. So you go
Uh,
back to the Grand Souk and go ahead and look around and make a perception check for me as you try and find that same plant merchant that tried to rip you off that other time.
21.
So not only do you find the stall where you tried to purchase the fire stocks, you also see that there is an increased patrol presence of these individuals, these warriors carrying these large axes with obsidian blades on them, and they're all going around in twos and threes, and sometimes the different parties will meet up with each other and talk. They all exchange these pieces of paper, and they'll look at it, point at the paper, and then look around. But you do find the merchant that you were looking for. They're currently examining some of the fire flowers, turning them in their hands. They kind of look bored.
He seems to be the soldier of the city.
Yes.
Tavares is gonna wait for them to fuck off.
There's a pretty heavy presence in this part of the city. They seem to be... Yeah, they're providing security, as you've seen them before. Like, they just have a general presence to tamp down on the pickpockets and the other, like, swindlers that might come through the Grand Souk. But there is an increased presence of them, and they seem to be on a heightened alert.
What is the item alert?
You just notice that they're on high alert.
Are they holding some papers to show to the commoners?
They are occasionally stopping some people that are walking through the souk, and they show them the piece of paper that they're all examining. Yes.
Tara will stealthily look at what the paper is.
Give me a stealth check.
Let's say I'm going to cast guidance on myself. Where's the D4? There we go. Do. Oof, that's not good. That's a 7.
Well, they might roll lower. 18. Hey, there he is right there. Get over. And 3 of them start running towards you, and a couple of the other group turn their heads. They see you. They see the guards moving towards you, and they start moving in your direction as well.
Yeah, you will run away.
Make an athletics check as you try and weave through the crowd and try and keep ahead of these guards.
That is a 19.
19?
Yes. I roll a 18 plus guidance. That is still up 19.
Nice. All right. So you are swimming through this crowd, and as you're about to turn this corner, a huge dinosaur pulling this enormous train of wagons just comes in behind you. You're just able to get in front of it, and you turn behind you, and you see these pursuers get caught behind it like, oh, God damn it, man. And they are like trying to like look for a way to get underneath these huge wheels, but thinking better of it because it immediately crushed them flatter than a pancake. So yeah, you are able to get a good head start on these guys as you run away from them.
All right. It will circulate to go back to the shop.
All right, roll stealth check as you try and double back.
That is 16.
You're directly sneaking underneath the noses of the Tipka Society. They do not see you at all.
All right.
Successfully able to get back to the plant shop.
All right. I see the guy again. Says, hello there. Nice to meet you again.
Yes, how can I help you? Welcome back to my lovely establishment.
Do you seem to have some, Do you still have some flame lily?
Of course I have some flame lily, same price as before.
We said, what did we said?
50 gold each.
That wasn't 50 gold each.
Well, that's the code price, supply and demand. I have to keep up with the most pressing demand of the markets, you understand.
Was it like 5 gold each?
Well, I had a buyer come through. They wanted a lot. I'm down to my last few lilies.
You want to be shot again? I think I get down the guards.
Be my guest. Here, I'll get one for you. God! God!
You motherfucker.
One of them starts to turn and start looking around like, where's that coming from?
Yes, God, over here. I'm trying to get a price check.
You runs away.
You retreat back into the city. Go ahead and make a final stealth check as now some of the guards are looking in your direction and the other guards are returning back from where you'd run previously.
fucking killing me. Nat 1. Hey, yo, it's a nat 1. Don't roll. Don't roll. It's a nat 1.
So you come around a corner, and all those guards that are looking very dejected at having had you slip, you come around the corner and you bump into them, and there's a moment where they're like, wait, and they reach out and they grab you, and now you have 3 guards all trying to grab you at once.
Okay.
So they put hands on you, and they're not cuffing you, but they are dragging you off. And you see, as they pull you up towards the hill, this huge mansion rising above the other hills of, Port Nanziaro here. You are being pulled up to the Merchant Prince's villa.
All right.
And as the camera pans away, and you're kind of like struggling and fighting against the guards, like, hey guys, whoa, hold on, don't be so hasty. We're going to cutscene back over the bar. At this point, both you, Orem, and you, Dwar, you're wondering where your friend went.
Dwar's not. He's just having a good old time. Probably trying to arm wrestle somebody in the bar.
Oh, my arm!
At one point, after a drink, he's just gonna stand up on a chair. Who would like to arm wrestle the god of thunder? Test your might against the god.
I'll arm wrestle. No, don't arm wrestle him. Never mind.
Everyone kind of goes about their business.
Really? No challengers? Just gonna point out at a random person who looks relatively strong. You look strong. Care to test your might?
The guy you're pointing at looks around at the other guys that are on the floor, rubbing their shoulders and their elbows.
I'm okay. I got work early in the morning. I better get to it, actually.
And he hastily finishes his beer and starts scuttling out of the bar.
Fine, no fun. Barkeep, another round, please.
Right on. Yes, sir. Coming right up, and
Pours the drink and slides it down the bar to you.
Catch it. Start chugging it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. His tolerance must be incredible.
yeah, I heard he's got thunder, so you might pay some respect. You be careful with that one.
And it's about this point that Salida comes through the saloon doors. God damn it.
Dor, we were supposed to be moving about 2 hours ago. What have you done here? You're making a goddamn mess.
I was just having a bit of fun. Nobody here can match my prowess. Flex a little bit.
It's hard for me to argue with that. All right. But in any case, Orem, are you here? There you are. Orem, seems like our friend Terodis is getting in a little bit of trouble. I've heard some unpleasant rumors.
Orem? Is Orem gone?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about ready to look for him myself. I was just about to leave the bar until our god of thunder decided to arm wrestle.
Well, we're gonna have to leave the pleasantries to another time. I have discovered the ruined city that you're looking for. It's somewhere up the river, Tereth, past Kalahaka. Past the Kalahaka Gorge. Supposedly, no one's explored past the gorge, but that's not true. It's just that a few who have made it up there are mostly quiet about it, but I found them now. The city, I have on good authority, is the ruins are guarded by the Naga, who is both wise and generous. If we're able to make contact with her, or them, might be able to find out some more city on this ruined, more information on this ruined city. It was also while I was making contact with my informant that I discovered your friend had gotten on the wrong side of one of the merchant princes.
Oh, fun.
Indeed. It seems like one of the blacksmiths they ripped off was the client of Zanteri. She is the noble woman that deals with the jewelry, the gems, cloth, and armor of Port Nyanzaru.
Oh, she is a noble, and that guy just sold me a 500 gold pieces of fucking armor to 25. Yeah.
Who's
fuck
talking? Disembodied voice, begone!
this motherfucker.
In any case, we'll be needing to make our way to the Merchant Prince's villa and establish communication with Centathi. Ask, beg for forgiveness, most likely, and try and get the return of our dearly beloved Teradus.
A diplomatic issue. I think I
Yes.
can be of assistance.
Well, good, because it's going to be an uphill battle, literally, because they're on top of a hill, and we're in shit creek without a paddle. I know it
Well, I
makes you
think
metaphors
having a
here.
god of thunder will help as well.
God of Thunder never hurts. It's always good to bring the thunder.
The
So,
I always do. Grab my hammer off the counter, give it a twirl.
fuck yeah. So, flanked by the God of Thunder and Orem, she makes her way out back into the streets, and you guys are guided towards one of these shining hills, on top of which sits a very fancy villa.
Oh, damn. That is a quite an interesting map. Or, oh no, we did get there.
Yeah, we've seen this map before.
Yeah, we've seen this map. So, where are they holding me? I want to see. In the marketplace. Okay.
Wait, that's not the marketplace. This is the
Yeah, this is
marketplace
the
over
market-
here.
Where? Oh, yes. All right.
That's the Grand Souk. You got escorted from there up to the Merchant Prince's villa. I'm pretty sure that's where you are now. Let me get the map. The map.
Isn't
Uh,
that the Seeker's place? Gold Dome?
The Gold Dome is something. Let's see. For the Golden Throne. This place serves as the meeting place for the merchant princes. Recognizes the city's loose government. So you guys are in location. You guys are back here. So there's the throne, and then there's the merchant prince's villa, which is directly behind the throne. The Temple of Savras, which is the building with all the engraved eyes, is this one here.
Gotcha.
But rising up through these various series of gates and guards, you, with your established communication of Syndra, rise up into the Grand Souk, and word gets ahead of you, and meeting you in front of the expanding villa, you see a familiar face. Well, you would, but she's actually wearing a mask. You see a familiar figure, and wearing her mask meets you in the front.
Welcome back. How was your trip up to Fort Belrulian? Well, not all of you at once.
She's
Who
talking.
is she talking to exactly?
I'm speaking to you all, generally, the group. How was... wait, I don't recognize you. Actually, I'm only recognizing one of you right now. Jellybean... Jellybean, what's wrong with you? Oh my god! What's wrong? What have you all done to Jellybean?
The slime boy has been unresponsive since I met him. I am Dwarg Asdarian. Pleasure to meet you, God of Thunder.
Yeah, he's being silent. By the way, am I shackled or it's just like they pulled me over?
You are currently in one of the upper rooms with. You're being interrogated by Zenteri, one of these
Oh.
merchant princes. So you're not currently downstairs yet. They're going to be making their way up to you shortly.
Ah, okay. I thought I was there. I was like, wait, I'm confused. I was being escorted.
No. And then Syndra goes over to Grok. Grok! My God, you're just drooling leeches. What's wrong with you, Grok? So she meets you, Dwar, introduces herself. Lovely to meet you, Dwar. I am Syndra Sylvain. I originally commissioned this expedition, and I'm glad you were able to successfully retrieve a charter from Fort Belrulia. You were able to successfully retrieve a charter, weren't you?
I'll look over at the guide.
Syndra gives you the thumbs up. Or, yeah, Salida gives you the thumbs up. Oh, now I'm doing
We
it.
have retrieved a charter from this place you speak.
Well, fantastic. One checkbox ticked. Let's go dig our friend out of trouble. Teradus seems to got himself in the thick of it. And she turns and starts guiding you into the Merchant Prince's villa. And this building is quite fancy. You're seeing a private villa in which all 6 of the Merchant Princes live in, and all of the wealth that they've acquired and lavished upon this establishment really shows through. You are all guided up through this main entryway, and these stairs is a double stairway, naturally. And on top of the ceiling and throughout this entryway are all draped in these wildly vivid colors of these huge textiles, these reds, these blues, all drift down from the ceiling and gently sway in the breeze that comes through this open villa. You guys come through up into one of these upper levels, and you are escorted into this huge office in which you see Teradus, very securely flanked by, say, a good dozen guards in front of this elderly woman who is grinning down at him and lecturing him. It's very important you understand not to deceive individuals who you enter into a bargain. You understand the free market is one of the greatest inventions that humanity has ever come.
He's gonna cut off and he's going to use his psionic mind. And he will say, yeah, exactly. I have this breastplate that is worth 500 gold and he sold me for 25, this motherfucker.
That is the wonders of the free market. You freely entered a deal with my client. And
Oh yeah, your client is worthless, I should say. How can you do some economy there if you're going to get some merchant that cannot sell properly their fucking things?
She nods over to one of the guards that flanks you, and he immediately smacks you upside the head with the stick of his Yatipka.
as I was saying, it is important that we uphold the tenets of the free market and honestly deal with one another, even if we are not receiving the kind of deal. Ah, Syndra, welcome. Look, Xanthi, this is a little bit of egg on my face. This is Teradus, Xanthi. This is an individual I've hired to go into the jungle and deal with the death curse. You've hired this individual to deal with the death curse? Are you sure you can rely on someone who's so dishonest as to try and cheat one of my dearly loyal subjects? Well, look, maybe honesty isn't one of his strong suits, but I assure you, he's quite capable.
He tries to frame as well. Why did you not arrest him? He's not showing for the proper price.
Proper price? is
Oh,
a
yeah.
matter of the beholder and the salesman. You have to understand that it is up to the person who's selling the good in their rightful ownership and possession to determine what they set as a fair price.
If a short price, I should say. Come on, you're not going to deny me that a breastplate, something that is worth mostly 500 golds, cannot be settled at 25. If you said that you have a great economy, you should be expected to have some higher price for selling them as well as for the customer and also the seller.
Make a charisma check with disadvantage.
Oh, come on. That is a 7. Wait. That is a 8.
I'm very much apologize. I am going to believe that this individual will need to be made an example of.
And she again nods at the guards, and you see them lift up Teradus by the arms, and it does take like 3 or 4 of these guards to move the Dragonborn, and they start shoveling him into a very small cage. Like the cage is about 4 feet high and maybe 3 foot wide, and they shove him inside of this bamboo cage and start raising him on some of these ropes that pull Teradus out onto the balcony and then lift him up. And you see that there are all of these other cages out there on the balcony. And on each cage, you see there are these signs. In one of the cages, there's a tabaxi. In another cage, there is a human. In another cage, there is a yuan-ti. And there's these signs that say thief or beggar, or each one of them is labeled. And as Teradus is lifted up into the air, she takes a scrawled sign up from her desk and puts cheat up on Teradus's cage as he begins to sway inside of the rain.
Teradus doesn't give a shit.
Santi, darling, this is really important that we deal with the death curse. It's a very pressing need that, it affects us all. We need to make sure that this is being addressed by, look, Teradus wasn't my first choice either, but the first party that I sent into the jungle, I lost contact with a few weeks back, and maybe I hate to say I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but these are the best individuals I have for the job. Well, there are plenty of other individuals here in Port Nyanzaru that I'm sure would be happy for you to be hiring them. I suggest you seek out one of them.
And you have me now, God of Thunder. I will do it very well.
See there. Come now, Syndra. You couldn't ask for better than the God of Thunder. What more could you ask for? Jeez.
However, I do see the Dragonborn being useful. Their breath weapons are quite powerful, so if you could release him onto my service, I will make sure that he is properly disciplined upon the travels.
I'm just like, 25 gold for a breastplate? What?
See?
That would make a beggar laugh.
No, this is horseshit. I demand justice.
I mean, he's selling for
I
25 and buying for 15, so I feel like it's relatively fair for this market.
Like
For
I
a
said,
standard market,
it
Bro,
makes a beggar laugh.
Wait, the fact that they said that they're doing is the biggest market on Schultz, it's like, okay, what about the others? They're going to sell me for 5 silver?
Yes. Sounds like no wonder this community is doing
Horseshit.
so well.
That is horseshit.
Quiet you. And she takes a pointed stick up off the balcony and starts poking you, Teradus. And she-
Just release
He's
it.
gonna bite the stick if it continues.
Orm, she turns back to you and she is like, look, I don't believe that he was going to actually sell the breastplate for 25 gold. I think that was just a very effective negotiating strategy, and he did make the deal in good faith. He did upkeep his end of the bargain. It's not my fault that this individual decided to swindle and try and use magic deception to go back on a deal that was come to in good faith.
Well,
Wow, he was totally trying to scam me, but okay.
Poke.
and well, I mean, look at it this way: if he's willing to scam any customer that walks off the street, imagine what he's willing to do to his oh so wondrous benefactor.
She snaps and nods to one of her accountants and... Actually, yes, that's a good point. I'll make sure to go through the books and make sure he's keeping with his tribute to his dear matron. Hadn't thought of that. Very good point, Orm.
Though, I do suspect that he wouldn't be the only one. And I mean, if they're selling for so low, I mean, price may be in the eye of the beholder, but you are a free market operating what I am assuming is across the realms.
Oh,
I'm
very
sure
much
you
so.
don't want to. I'm sure you don't want to make a loss.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And she gasps. She's literally looks like she's seen a ghost. I try not to say a loss. Tried to
Can we at
banish that
least-
word.
Can we consider this man as a teaching tool? I'm sure he has learned his lesson, and I am very sure that our friendly merchant won't be pulling a second stunt, so long as he keeps his record clean. I vouch for his honor and code, and will hold him personally responsible if he tries it again. He will not leave my sight. You have my word.
I like you. You remind me of someone. All right. Cut him down, and you see one of the guards take their obsidian axe and whoosh, cuts these vine ropes that are holding Teradus up, and he crashes to the floor, and the bamboo splinters apart. All
And
right.
It's like
Like, still hanging outside and he falls to the ground outside, or do they bring him back in first?
screaming like this.
Now I'm going to turn to the Dragonborn and say, I hope you've learned a valuable lesson from your little outing, because it will
It
not
will-
be happening again now, will it?
It will do is the bad thing is listen. A fucking breastplate, 25.
I am going to telepathically go into his mind and say, it will not happen again. Say yes, nod, bow, and be thankful they haven't chopped you up yet.
Just hear the grunt in his head is yeah, fine, I won't do it.
Good. Then we have an accord.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Of course. And yes, the guards pulled him in over the balcony, so he did come and crash in onto the balcony. So you all are back together, and Xanthi, she has a bemused look on her face, and she goes over to Syndra and giving her a deep hug. She pulls her in and gives her a tight hug. All right. Since you all are dealing with the death curse, I've skinned the game. Talk to Shinra here. She'll outfit you with anything that you need on your expedition deeper into Chult. Also, if you would be so inclined... Akina Ae, she is the individual who deals with canoes. She'll be able to make sure that you have something that is worthy of delving deeper into the waters of Chult. She can outfit you on your way out of the city.
And make sure that you tell her of any needs and let her know that Xanthi is paying for all expenses. We may have gotten off to the wrong foot, but I believe that your expedition is important, and I wish you the best of luck. And you?
She looks back to you, Teradus.
Yeah, you want my photo?
Oh, we have your likeness. Stay out of the Grand Souk if you know it's good for you.
I
Yeah,
will endeavor to ensure he does.
Wonderful. I must return to business, and I will be making a follow-up with the individual in question. This blacksmith seems to be... He made some good points. I need to check on his numbers.
Yeah, check it very well.
I'm always happy to help.
As he leave, I disrespect the woman.
She
With a
imperiously,
disrespectful voice, I should say. Not like putting the middle finger, just disrespecting voice.
rolling her eyes, she holds her head up high, readjusting some of the apparel. She has these wraps around some of the parts of her neck and shoulder. She adjusts those as she moves back out into the villa and disappears. Syndra exhales a deep breath. Teradus, you're making my job very difficult here. I hope this isn't another diplomatic blunder that I have to pull you out of.
Listen, I made my point. It is worth 500 gold. I was trying to see if it was scamming me because I sold my scale mail for 6 fucking gold. It is worth 50.
All right. And she starts leading the entire party out towards the courtyard where you hear these crack, pop, and you see this very strong gladiator. She is going through a series of different forms against a dummy, and there are these different students lined up around her. All right, so if you see coming around in a half-crescent moon to an upward strike here, and she comes around like lightning and like a flash cuts off the dummy's head. That's one of the Savassanas and forms that you can see has a very striking effect. Ah, Sintra. And the woman that's been leading you, your patron, comes into another embrace with this other gladiator, and taking her in hand, you see Ekin Alpha step back. Ekin, expedition party here is going to be needed to be outfitted with all the things they'll need to explore deeper into Chult, as well as, I think, 1, 2, at least a pair of canoes to get them deeper up the river. Heading up the river, are they? All right, I think that's something we can outfit them with. Where are they headed? Well, they'll be looking for Omu.
A cow?
No, not an animal that says Omu. Omu the city. Teradus, I really thought you had been paying it better attention.
Listen, you didn't pronounce the O. My ears is not quite well from the bamboo cage that I got from.
All right, yeah. And going over to Jellybean, she rifles around inside him until she pulls out the map. Unfolding the map, she, with her fingers, traces the river Tierki, or Tierik, probably Tierik. And up the river Tierik, you see that the river starts to get a little fuzzier. You're seeing that there are a couple of camps. You're seeing Camp Vengeance that still has a pretty solid circle to it. And then just below that, still closer to Port Nyanzaru, you're seeing Camp Righteous, which has an X through it. And then past Camp Vengeance, you're seeing the sprawling marshland that comes out deeper into the jungle. And from there, the map loses detail. There's a huge mountain range that's labeled as the Flaming Mountains, Peaks of Flame, but other than that, the map still needs to be filled in quite a bit.
All right.
This is your destination so far. We know that you need to go at least this far inland in search of the lost city of Omu. That's quite a ways to get them. Do you think they'll be all right? This crew seems to be rather scrappy, Syndra.
Do not question the God of Thunder. I will see them through.
Let's not question the God of Thunder. He can see them through.
And the eyebrow raisiest of eyebrow raises gets addressed as you all as the badass gladiator appraises your group. Well, I'll get them outfitted, but I gotta say, Syndra, this is not looking as promising as the last expedition you sent out.
Don't worry, we are professionals.
This offense will be taken personally, and I was going to compliment your form.
Yeah, does this moment of outfitting and excitement building tension in the port of Nyanzaru? I think that's where we're going to leave it this week.
Oh my god, that was a fun session for hour of this.
I'm
Alright,
just
Very
happy I
interesting.
made myself useful.
Yeah.
Diplomacy. All right. Thank you all very much for playing. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.